another section of Uncle Sam's Smart Tutorial. Remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel and click the notification button so you'll be notified whenever I drop a new video. Now we are entering into the first aspect of our last video, which is approximating or rounding up to the nearest place value. And we are going to kick it up by what? Solving some examples on the board. So you see, because math is literally how is it done, and I'll be solving and explaining what I am doing. Now the first question says round off 2145 to the nearest tens. Round it up to the nearest tens. So how do we do that? The first thing to do, remember that I told you that under approximation we are just discussing two things. The first thing is what? Either rounding up, and the second is what? Rounding down. So it's either you round up a number or round down a number. So to solve this, I'm going to write out my 2145 first. After writing it out, I'll do something like this. I am asked to round it up to the nearest tens. So the first thing I'm going to do is locate where there is tens. Locate it. And the last number is always called the unit or the ones place value or the unit place value, followed by what? Tens, hundred, and thousand. So this is where the tens is, right? Good. We have located it. Now, the only numbers that can affect this tens place is the number before it. So it is actually the number before the one you are affecting that you either round up or round down. Now, what is the requirement for rounding up? You only round up when the preceding number before the one you want to affect is what? Has a range of 5 to 9. Okay? 5 to 9. That is when you round up. And rounding up means you add 1 to this one you're affecting. I hope you're following. You add 1. Now, after you've added 1, remember the original context of the equation is 1000. The highest place value is 1000. So your answer will not change from 1000 to any other thing. It will still be in 1000. You only affect the one that you are told to affect. So let me show you an example of what I'm talking about here. Now look at this. This is the tens we have located it. So the next thing I'm going to do is what? Because the preceding number is 5, I'm going to round it up. That means I'm going to add 1 to this 4. And if I add 1 to this 4, it's going to give me 5. So my final answer will now be 2150. Yes. Why did I add 0? If I don't add 0 and add only 5, this number will just be 215. But the question is 2145. In maths, you can do any other thing, but you cannot change the original context of the equation. And in this case, the original place value, the highest place value in this equation is 1000. So it must not change. So in order for it not to change, you have to add 0. So that this thing will still be what? 2000. That is 2000 being the highest place value. I hope you understood what I said here. It is very, very important when you are rounding up. Okay, then this is our final answer because we have rounded it. Yes, the tens place have been affected. So we are done. Okay, so just remember that when you are rounding up, check the original place value, the highest place value. It does not change. Okay, then let's go to the next question. Round up 1883365 to the nearest hundred of thousand. So I'm going to write it out first. 1883365. And I'm going to write out their individual place value. This is unit, tens, hundred, thousand, tens of thousand, hundred of thousand, and million. So the highest place value in this number is actually million. So let's go. So this is the hundred of thousand. This is one I'm going to affect. So what do I do? The preceding number, I'm either going to round it up or round it down. And because the preceding number is 8, and I told you the range for rounding up is from 5 to 9. So 8 falls in the category of rounding up. So what will happen now? I'm going to, all these numbers will be summed up to 1. And I add that one to 8. Then all the rest of the numbers will come to 0. So that it will still be in millions place value. So my answer is going to be 1. Then this 8, if you add 1, you're going to have 9. Then how many numbers is remaining? 5. You add 0 to them. 5 zeros. So this is what you're going to have at the end of the day when you would round this up to nearest hundred of thousand. Now let's go to the next one. Round up 65.86 to the nearest unit. As usual, you write out the number you're going to affect, 65.86. So what is the next thing? Where do I locate the unit? Now the last number before the point, when you're counting from left to right, is the unit. This is the tens, and this is the tenth. This is the hundredth place value. Tenth and hundredth. So what do we do? Remember, this is the one we want to affect, and you cannot use this one to affect. It's the preceding one, like the one on the right that I used to affect it. Okay, so I'm going to use 8 to affect 5 because this is the one I want to affect, but I cannot do any other thing until I round up or round down. So which one am I going to round up or round down? It is this one that is close to the one I want to affect. So rounding 8, what do we do to 8? Now ignore the decimal point when you are doing this. You are still doing the same thing you are doing, irrespective of the decimal point. Okay? So 8 falls under rounding up. So what I'm going to do is what? I'm going to add 1 here. And if I add 1 here, the rest of these numbers will be 0. Okay? So when I'm writing my answers, I'll still include 6. It's going to be what? 65 points. Our point will be there. Then this will be now 0, 0. Sorry, it's going to be, if you add 1, it's going to be 66, sorry, 0.00, or simply 66. So that is it. That is the result. Okay? 66, because if you round up by adding 1 to 5 here, it will become 6. So the unit place value has changed. Are you seeing it? That is how to solve for nearest place value. Then lastly, let's solve this one. Round up 20.099 to the nearest tens. So let's write it. 20.099. This is unit, tens, tens. This is tenth, hundredth, and thousandth. This is tenth, hundredth, and thousand. I didn't write it in full here. So what are we going to do? Remember, the tens is what we have to affect. So what do we do? The one before the tens, that is unit. We have 0 there. So what do? We round down. By rounding down means we add 0. So from here, we're going to add 0 to these 2. And if I add 0 to 2, it will still be 2. So my final answer will be 20. Yes. Because the higher place value is tens, it will still be tens. So this is 20 points. The rest of the numbers will be 0. 0, 0, 0. Or simply put, 20. Yes, because 20.000 is something as what? 20. I hope you enjoyed the class. Please feel free to comment on where there is a confusion so I can put you through. Remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Bye.